Welcome to Spotlight On. I'm Andre Duncan, social media editor for the Richland Chronicle. Joining us in the studio today is Edward Sesay, president of the Student Government Association. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I understand you recently became a citizen of the United States.
Yes, it was a dream come true.
Could you tell us about that process?
Yes, so this all happened back in 2010 when my dad filed for me for the permanent residence. And I think in America, to have a citizenship, you should be, I think, 2 years to be permanent, or 6 years. I don't know the amount of years. So, but situation happened. My dad and my mom separated, so my mom became citizen in 2015. So then I was already 18, because if I was 17, 16, I can automatically be a citizen. But
so you had to go through the process.
Yeah, I have to
yourself.
go through the process myself. So my mom did file for me, and also then I did my fingerprint, and they gave me the book. And so they said 90 days. So I was like, okay, maybe by the end of the year, 2016, I should be a citizen. But somehow, since Trump came into office, it was like slow process. I think the whole policy changed, so it was like hard for me to get my citizenship. And I was studying the book, and I mean, sometimes I almost give up on myself. I was saying, whatever, if I don't be a citizen, what's the point of me?
And when was that day you actually got your citizenship?
It was October of 2018 last year, and it was September. Well, it's October, yes. That's when I got sworn in. But September, that's when I went for my interview, and I was just just getting prepared. And Miss Kelly, my advisor, was preparing me with all the questions, and my mom was preparing me with all the questions. Then we found this guy who's he's like my age. He's 21 years old. Asked me some few questions, about 6 questions. Actually, 6 questions. Yes, 6 questions. Because usually they ask you about 10 questions. If you get all 10 right, you become citizen. But they asked me 6 questions, and I get all of them right. And they gave me a written portion of the test, which I also did well on. And he said, "Congratulations, you are now a citizen." And I was so happy. I was relieved, because I was like, "Wow, I can't believe that it happened." You know what I'm saying? I'm now a citizen of the United States, and it's been a dream come true.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
sir.
you, thank you.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your country of origin?
Gambia.
Gambia.
Yes, West Africa is a tiny nation in West Africa. It's border between Senegal and Nigeria. Yeah.
So, as president of the Student Government Association, I'm sure you're big on voting. That's how you got your position.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to the voting coming up?
Yes.
2020?
Actually, I voted for my this past election for the mayor election, and it was a dream come true. And I got my card. It's funny. I registered twice, and they sent me my card back. They sent me my card twice. So I was like, okay. So I took my card, registered, and bam, I voted for the mayor election. And I'm excited for this upcoming election for the Constitution, and also for the presidential election.
That is coming up. How are you preparing to vote? Have you done any research on candidates?
Well, yeah, because I've been watching the news lately. Also I've been reading, going to the internet and reading about their background, and how they're gonna what they're gonna do as president, like healthcare, like foreign policy, domestic policy. I'm just
Are those the categories that are important to you?
Exactly. Especially, immigration is more important to me, because, I mean, as a citizen, as a permanent resident because I was originally born in Gambia. I was raised here in the United States, and it took me a long time to become a citizen. So it was a miracle that I became a citizen under this administration, because the policies they always put out there is it's hard to get for people like me to get citizen. So to be a citizen of the United States.
So immigration being one of your points that you are going to be looking at going into 2020 for voting.
Right. Yes.
What is it that you want to see changed when it comes to immigration in this country?
Well, the idea of people that come from other countries are bad. I mean, it's funny, sometimes I ask, I'm like, have you guys seen the country they're from? Because like my country, it's not a democracy. I mean, it's not a communist either. It's like a socialist. I mean, people do have the right to vote, but the president, whoever is president, will always stay in power for 8, 9, 12 years. And recently, in 2016, when the United States was having 2016 election, Gambia was also having an election. The current president right now won landslide, beat the incumbent president. But he accepted the election, the result, but he was not willing to give up the power. So they have to force him out. They have to bring all the African nations all over the world. It's like, okay, look, if you don't get out, we're gonna send an army, and we don't. Gambia don't want a war. That's a tiny nation, man. Come on now, you can destroy it in a second. So
So what? Okay, so you got your citizenship. You've been immersed in student government association.
Right.
Do you see yourself running for a political office position?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, my major is political science, so my dream is running for office in the future, and also because people. I mean, my mom see me. My mom always said like, what, you're gonna be president of the United States. I was like, yeah, mom. The Constitution said you gotta be born here. He said, I don't. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. You will still be president of the United States. Keep running. And I be having people also coming up to me and say, look, if you run for president of the United States right now, I will vote for you. I was like, okay, thanks. So but I want to just start slow. I want to start with maybe run for city board, city council, mayor. Just work my way up. Then step by step.
No, step by step. I do agree. So what advice do you said you voted for the mayor in
Yes,
2018?
yes.
You got to participate in that democratic process.
Yes.
What advice would you have for new students who may just be getting registered or that are deciding to vote for the first time?
Well, you see, my job as president is to inform students. Like, for example, like this, like voting is more important. That's what student government is for. We inform the students. We hear people's voice. Like, we make sure students are informed about what's going on in their communities, in the nation, in the states. Like, so the point of, oh, I don't want to vote, I don't care about voting. I mean, come on now. Do you know our forefathers fought and died, bled with blood and sweat to fight for our freedom, for voting, like a democratic nation, like this democratic nation, to vote. And now you're gonna just sit down and say, I don't care? I mean, you're gonna let, me and Kelly always have this joke that you're gonna let old people decide your future? Come on now, like, they don't care. Like, you can complain all you want, but they don't care. So, but if you step up and say, okay, look, I'm gonna vote, I'm gonna make my voice heard, trust me, they'll be scared. They'll be scared of you because they're scared of us right now because they're like, oh my God, election is coming up. I might lose my seat in a second. I might lose my seat next year. So I'm trying all my best. That's why all these candidates are going around, attracting young people. Like, hey guys, come and vote, and making sure putting stuff out there for like things that we young people want, like tuition, education. Immigration. There's some other big stuff too. That's we care about mostly is like educational wise. So that's why I want my students to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe this election, although it's not big, but it's a constitution amendment. Texas is a Texas constitution amendment, like amendments that can affect you in a second, in a minute, in the next 4 or 5 years. People just care about, oh my God, presidential election. Yeah, that's presidential election is big, but still, there's little side election that's going on, like mayor election, like constitution election. They're all important because those amendments, or mayor, especially the mayor, whatever the mayor's decision is in your city can affect you right there. Not just the presidential election or the national election that everybody's, which is next year, 2020. Everybody's hoping for. Although that one can affect you as national wise, but also your community, your city. There's amendments that's Texas is trying to add into the Constitution can also affect you. So my job is to make sure students register to vote. That's why yesterday I was going to health and skelter, just making sure students are registered to vote. Even me, I've registered, but I need to register again because I've changed my address. So I'm just
stay on top of it.
Yeah, just stay on top of it and make sure I voted for whatever amendments they're gonna put out there because it might affect me, despite I'm a citizen.
So you're a heavy voting activist.
Oh yes.
You're a what was the country again?
Gambia.
Gambian resident, now American citizen.
Yes, sir.
You are president of the Student Government Association,
Yes, sir.
and you're hoping to have political influence in one of our offices.
Oh,
is
yes.
there anything else we should know about President Sesay? What else? Is there anything else that we're
I
missing?
mean,
What should we know about you?
Well, I'm a go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? So you guys hang out around me every day, so you guys know that I'm here helping out people. Answering students' questions. Maybe I might not answer all questions, but I would try my best. So that's why, I mean, the more I look at, like, Barack Obama is my inspiration, because the more, like, when he was president, I mean, yeah, I disagree with some of his policies, but I see as a leader what he does as a leader. That's why I want to be a leader. That's why, I became student government president, because there's the leadership in me that people see that I can do. So, also, actually, that's it. I mean, that's the advice. I would just want to say, go vote, guys. It's important. Just stay at home, or else I would drag you.
He will drag you to the polls.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us on Spotlight On. Our guest today has been Edward Sesay, president of the Richland Student College Government Association. You can watch this and other episodes of Spotlight On at richlandstudentmedia.com. I'm Andre Duncan.